Hey friends, Gary here. Welcome to today's video. Today I want to share my thoughts and experience shooting with the TT Artisan 25mm f2 4 micro 4/3, a compact ultra budget nifty 50 lens for micro 4/3 camera for less than $65. Is it any good? Let's find out in today's video. Anyway, let's begin by talking about the specification of the TT Artisan 25mm lens. First of all, the obvious one is the focal length. 25mm, that is equivalent to 50mm in full frame terms. That's a very general purpose, everyday photography kind of focal length for documenting your everyday life. I think it's great because it is not too wide so that we can get a little bit of that zoomed in perspective. Everything pops up more, the subject becomes more prominent on the photo, and I think I kind of like that aspect of 25mm. It is also great for environmental portrait. Don't worry guys, I will share plenty of photos later on when I'm talking about image quality, so make sure that you stay tuned to this video. Again, environmental portrait is great with this guy. 25mm, again, a little bit zoomed in compared to the normal wide focal length that is usually like 15mm in micro four thirds or about 28mm in full frame. And then also close-up photography of everyday object. Maybe you're having a cup of coffee or you're eating at a restaurant. 25mm is great for that. And also street photography, although I haven't personally shoot any street photographs with this lens, but I think 25mm is a great focal length for that purpose. Now this lens has a large f2 aperture, making it perfect to get extra background blur, and also it will help in lower light situation. The lens also has 43mm filter thread for you to use ND filter or circular polarizer to attach any filter that you might need. Also, before I forgot to mention, this is a manual focus only lens. There's a manual focus ring right here that feels very premium and satisfying to use. Also, aperture ring as well right here. There's no electrical contact whatsoever with your camera, so you have to control everything on the lens. Speaking about focus, the close focusing distance of this lens is 25cm. That is surprisingly close, so it is very useful for photographing small object if you want to get great magnification. It's not a macro lens, but 25cm is very respectable. The lens is kinda hefty at about 189 grams. It's not exactly lightweight, but the design of the lens is quite compact. It's almost a pancake lens, so it is still very easy to carry around for your everyday photography and also for travel. Speaking about size, let's do a little bit of size comparison with some other lenses that I have right here. This being almost a pancake lens, I want to compare it with my Panasonic Lumix 20mm f1.7. As you can see right here, yeah, almost as thick as the 20mm. It's quite thin, not yet a pancake in my opinion, but very close. Now let's compare it to a regular micro four thirds prime lens, and I have the Panasonic Leica 15mm f1.7 right here. And as you can see, the 15mm is just a tad thicker compared to the TT Artisan 25mm, so the size is very respectable. Now let's do a little bit of a fashion show with the TT Artisan 25mm f2 with some of my micro four thirds cameras. Let's begin with the Panasonic Lumix GF9 right here, my smallest and lightest micro four thirds camera. This is how the TT Artisan looks with my GF9. Quite compact. I think this is a great setup if you want something minimalist and can still be able to cover that normal nifty 50 focal length. And here's the TT Artisan on my Panasonic Lumix GX85. As you can see, the GX85 is a little bit larger compared to the GF9, but somehow I think the TT Artisan 25mm feels very balanced on this particular camera body. It's still quite compact, the overall setup. I mean, if you're using this for everyday photography, I think this is still very manageable to carry around. And now this is the TT Artisan on my Panasonic Lumix G100, my all-purpose camera these days. As you can see, the G100 is about the same size as the GX85, but it has this hump right here for the viewfinder. It still feels very balanced, very nice on the hand, and I just love this setup as well. It feels very handsome, to be honest with you. Now let's talk about the image quality of the TT Artisan 25mm, and this is frankly my most favorite part of this video because I get to share photos captured using this lens, and hopefully these photos can better represent what this lens can actually do. I always love to show pictures because just talking about it, in my opinion, is not enough to show you what the lens is actually capable of producing. Anyway, I shot some stuffs here around the house. The weather hasn't been really that nice these last few days. We even have some crazy winds, so I stayed indoor and tried to find some objects around the house that I can photograph. And then also a few days ago, I spent a little bit of time with my wife visiting a mini zoo / park called Olympus Village here in Yogyakarta to have a little bit of a rest time, just walking around, enjoying the vibe and the scenery. And I brought this lens as well to take some photos right there, portraits of my wife and also some things that I can capture while I was there. Anyway, allow me to share the photos right now so you can enjoy pictures taken using this particular lens. Anyway, all of the pictures that I am showing you right now are shot at f2, the widest aperture. I didn't bother to stop down to f2.8 or f4 at all. I just want to see what the lens can produce at its quote-unquote weakest aperture, which is usually the largest wide open aperture. So yeah, and there are some things that I want to say right away regarding about image quality based on my findings of these images that I'm showing you right now. First, let's begin talking about sharpness, which I think is very important for a lens that costs less than $65 US. Is it sharp enough for your need? And I think the answer is yes. As you can see, even wide open at f2, sharpness is already excellent. I think if you stop it down to f2.8 or f4, you can get even more sharpness out of this lens, but even at f2, I'm very happy with the result. Background blur. Let's talk a little bit about the quality of the background blur. Yes, there were some occasions where I could see busy background and that could affect the quality of the background blur of this lens. Sometimes, not every time, but generally I think background blur is quite well controlled. You don't see too much texture on the background blur part of the image, and I think that is really nice. Now I noticed that there were some evidence of low contrast image, especially when you shoot it wide open at a backlit situation, and I think that is to be expected with the price range of this lens. Also, there are a little bit of evidence of swirly background blur. You get that circular thingy going on the background blur, especially if you are shooting something that is close range. That is also to be expected, but nothing too crazy in my opinion. And also flare. Flare is well controlled in my opinion, so that's less thing to worry about. And overall, I'm very satisfied with the image quality of the TT Artisan 25mm lens. Now that you've learned about the image quality of the TT Artisan 25mm f2, it's time for us to ask the most important question. Will I recommend this lens? Is it actually worth it for less than $65 US? And to answer that question, let's first consider that there are other lenses of similar focal lengths. For example, my Panasonic Lumix 20mm f1.7, and then also my beloved Panasonic Leica 25mm f1.4. This is a great lens, by the way. And then also there are some different flavors of Olympus and also Panasonic Lumix 25mm lenses f1.7, f1.8, and there's also TT Artisan's very own 23mm f1.4. Most of these 20, 23, 25mm lenses are quite affordable except for the Panasonic Leica 25mm 1.4, which is a little bit more expensive compared to the other. But to answer the original question, is it actually worth it, the TT Artisan 25mm f2, and will I recommend it? Well, the answer is if you don't shoot 25mm all that often, but you want to try these focal lengths and you want a low investment, something that's kind of almost risk-free. $65 is not a cheap amount of money, but still it's comparatively risk-free compared to the other lenses that are more expensive, but you still want good results and you don't mind manual focus, then I think this lens makes a lot of sense. The optical performance is really good, except for that low contrast when you are shooting wide open in backlight situation. Sharpness is great, color is great, and then also the compact form factor. I think this is very nice for everyday photography and also for travel. So yeah, for less than $65, you'll get something that can produce solid results. And if you just want to try out that 25mm focal length, I can highly recommend this lens. And that wraps up today's video. So those are all of my thoughts, experience, and opinion about the TT Artisan 25mm f2 for micro four thirds camera system. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Hopefully you were able to learn more about this lens and made your purchase decision. Hopefully this is also interesting, inspiring, and fun as well. Let me know your thoughts about this lens on the comment down below. If you have any question, also ask me on the comment down below as well. And I'd also like to learn more from you as well. What is your favorite normal sort of 25mm focal length lens in your collection? Please share on the comment down below. I love to hear and learn from you. Anyway, don't forget to support my channel by liking this video, sharing this video, subscribing to my channel down below. And if you want to support my work even further, consider becoming a member of my Patreon for some exclusive benefits, being able to access all of my tutorials, ebook, video course, and then also downloading my Lightroom preset, being able to download my photos as well and use it for your phone and desktop wallpaper. And also check out my travel photography video course called Simplifying Travel Photography. I shared all of my experience, expertise, and knowledge about travel photography. You can go to this link right here to get an access to that travel video course, and then also use affiliate links down below. You will get some discount on select products and services, and at the same time I will get some kickback to help keep this channel running, and also maybe use the super thanks button to make a small donation to my channel. Thank you very much. I will see you on the next video. Goodbye.